Building a gaming PC right now is ridiculously expensive. Prices of components have been rising in these last few years like crazy. Some components are like 3, 4, 5 times the price, and it's just ridiculous. So with the release, with the RTX 50 series and Ryzen 9000 chips pushing all their releases, they're pushing the older generation of components out of the shelves, and people are starting to buy them, the new components, which will cause the market, the secondhand market, to gain a lot of older components and the prices of them to go down. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can save a lot of money building a PC today, how you can build on a budget, and explaining you what you should look at and be careful when buying online and use PC parts. So without further ado, let's start the video. So let's start with the biggest and most expensive component of the build, the GPU. So buying a used GPU is very easy and can save you a lot of money nowadays, as the price of them are pretty expensive due to the chip shortage. So for starters, you can use like a website like, for example, eBay, which is, people tend to say that eBay is insecure, but in the last few years they have introduced new rules, and they have buyer's protection, which is pretty good. You just need to make sure to read the full ad completely from top to bottom to make sure that there's no strange things on the ad. And if the ad sounds a little bit sketchy, think twice about buying the item that you're looking at. So for example, I'll give you an example really quick. I have seen on eBay a photo of a GPU, and on the description, being like in the end of the description in really small letters, it says, keep in mind that you'll receive image of this GPU. For example, you should be careful in those ads because they're a scam, and people pay hundreds of dollars for just a sheet of paper with a picture of a graphics card. So let's start now with what you should look at in the photos of what you should look at when trying to buy a graphics card. So first thing, most important, the fans. You need to ask the seller if the fans spin freely without any rattling or grinding noises. This is pretty easy. There are sometimes sellers also put pictures of the GPU working on the ad, so you can check if they're spinning there. So the second thing is the stress test. So this is also important because it will tell you if the graphics card works fine, has no errors, and if the temperatures are okay. So you can ask the seller for a screenshot of the 3D Mark times Pi run, which is a benchmark, or a FurMark, which is also a benchmark. And this will, if it runs completely, the graphics card is probably fine. There's no problem. There's also the thing that you can look out for, and it's the temperature. If it hits like high temperatures, like 105 degrees, the thermal paste of the graphics card is probably dried out, and it will thermal throttle, which means that it will overheat, and therefore it will work at a smaller load. Therefore, it doesn't damage any components of the graphics card. The last point is the mining. If the graphics card has been used for crypto mining. So a crypto mining card, it doesn't mean it's a bad card. It only means it has been working for a lot of hours, and it shouldn't be a deal breaker. But do keep in mind to check the metal bracket and the contact pins to see if there's any corrosion or white powder, which may mean that the graphics card has been damaged or has been a humid warehouse, and therefore the circuits could be compromised. Just keep those 3 points in check, plus always read the full ad. Don't just read the first title, the first line, and buy. Read it fully. So let's now talk about the processors. Processors are, again, very easy to buy. Same thing as the GPU. Check the whole ad. And now CPUs, you can save also a lot of money. So unless someone damaged or broke the CPU, you won't have any problems. The only real concern is checking for physical damage. So if you see a dent on the chip, some of them have gold pins. If you see there's a bent pin or something, there's something smashed on it, don't buy it. It probably doesn't work, or it might be damaged. So just keep that in mind. You should always out for no dents on the processor and all the pins there. Straight up, if they're bent, it's broken. Don't buy them. So now, going to RAM. RAM, like I said, the prices have risen a lot, tripled, quadrupled. So this is a very nice place to save some money. So on RAM, there's not a lot to look out for. RAMs normally work unless there's some kind of damage. So what you should look for is on the contact pins, check if they're all okay. RAM, it's very unlikely to come damaged or broken to be broken on secondhand sales. So this is a really good place where you can buy and be completely at ease, and because it's probably fine. For case is the same thing. It's a physical box. If it's okay, if it's not dented, buy it if you like it. You can save a bit of money, not as much as the other components. So now motherboards. So this is a little bit more complex. So motherboards have hundreds of tiny fragile surface mounted components, for example capacitors. So these are a bit sketchy to verify if they're working well, unless you buy it and test it yourself. So I personally would skip buying secondhand motherboards and just buy a brand new one. Just buy a brand new one if you find it at a good price. But if you want to buy used, you can still buy. Just check also, if you're buying used, check the pins on the motherboard, because there are some motherboards where they have pins and the CPU have contacts. And never buy a used motherboard without asking for a high resolution, well-lit photo of the socket. Like I said before, on the CPU, if there is a one single bent pin, the motherboard might be completely dead and might even damage other components you put on it. Ask if there's also the I/O shield, if he is also selling the motherboard with the I/O shield and the M.2 screws, which are essential for attaching things to the motherboard, and without them you can't replace them. It will be like a nightmare. So now, speaking of storage, like RAM, it also has risen a lot in price. So I would not recommend you to buy them used. Just buy brand new one if you can. Again, if you have to buy secondhand, you can find some on some listings with saying brand new or sealed box for sale, they will sell you, but with a bit of discount, which is nice. If you can save 30-40 bucks, sometimes pretty good. And this is for SSD storage or for M.2 NVMe storage. So for storage drives, they are normally measured in lifespan time. So sometimes there will be ads that will say, for example, HDD, hard drive storage, that will say 200 hours of use. If it's like a low number, like half a year of running, it's probably fine. Still, I would not advise you to buy online this, because if they are damaged, also if the little metal shell is damaged, don't buy, because dropping these drives, or just, for example, vibrating the drives on your hand and while they're working, it could kill the hard drive, and they are expensive and there's no turning back. If they're damaged, they're trash. You can't do anything. So my advice here would be to buy, if you need like 2, 3, 4 terabytes, I would advise you to buy an NVMe SSD to install Windows and essential apps, and then buy a second hard drive with a little bit more storage, which will be cheaper than the NVMe SSD, to store large files, games, photos, videos, whatever you want that you don't use as much, but you'd like to keep it on your computer. So last but not least, let's talk about power supplies. Like I said about the motherboards, power supplies are essential, very important. They will power the PC. So they're probably the most important PC components that you should not chip on. So if a CPU dies, your PC turns off. If a GPU dies, your PC won't post an image. If your RAM doesn't work, the PC won't turn on and will show an error message on your motherboard. If a GPU dies, it will probably destroy everything, because as it handles the power, it might give you, for example, a peak of current on the motherboard and fry the whole thing. So my advice, don't chip out. Make sure to buy a 80 plus gold certified power supply from a reputable brand like Corsair, Seasonic, EVGA. There's also some websites that do reviews about power supplies. For example, Linus Tech Tips, the famous YouTuber, has a LTT Labs, I believe, website which reviews products like power supplies and tests them. So it's a really good website if you want to check. For example, you find a power supply at a lower price, you want to check if it's good, you can check on that website and see if it's a good power supply to buy or not. So don't chip out on power supplies. So to finish this, before you hit the marketplaces, remember these 3 rules of buying secondhand tech. So beware of the word untested, because this word is like an excuse to say it might or might not work, and the seller doesn't want to say that. So remember that. So protect your payments. Use platforms like I said, eBay, PayPal, goods and service, or escrow. Never pay a stranger with Zelle, crypto, or Cash App, because it's more risky. And the unboxing protocol. When your package arrives, set up your phone and hit record. This way, if there's a problem, you have it recorded. If it's broken, the box is damaged, you are full protected, and you can. It's easier to ask for a refund and to get your money back if it's damaged. So, as we've talked about, building a PC right now is it's an exercise in a smart resource allocation. So spend your money on a solid, good foundation, a great power supply, and fresh storage, and let the used market fund your passive processor and GPU upgrades. So if this guide saved you a headache or a few bucks, hit the like button and subscribe for more hardware deep dives. Drop a comment down below with your best or worst used market finds that you found while searching for used components. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.